If you are struggling in Modern Warfare 3 Search and Destroy, this video is for you. Or even if you aren't struggling at all, some things in this video you can still absolutely consider. Search and Destroy is one of those game modes in Call of Duty either you love or hate. Search is arguably one of the most competitive game modes due to no respawns and multiple rounds. Staying low key is very important in Search due to the value of your one life. It's by far the most strategic and most intense of all game modes in Call of Duty, where you have to plot out every single move you make or you are at risk of losing that one life that you have in the round. After this video, I guarantee your S&D game will improve. Let's get started. First things first, go absolutely overboard with communication. Communication is always one of the main keys. Instead of thinking that something is obvious enough not to convey to your team members, go overboard and help with communication. Be as extreme as you think you can humanly can with communication. It will help you and your team alter strategy in real time if needed, putting you at an advantage over the competition. Every little piece of intel you see, say something. Any kind of movement, anywhere, call it out. If you are deciding to change positions, let your team know. If you need help or if you are unsure of anything, ask questions. You should be talking so much to where you sound like one of these TikTok feminists ranting. You get the point by now. Let's go ahead and move along. Next, become obsessed with the minimap. Red dots on the minimap are back in Modern Warfare 3, and it seems some players are still used to Modern Warfare 2, not really checking the minimap as much as they should. You will be doing yourself a lot of disservice if you don't pay attention to the minimap. Any enemy not using a silencer will cause a red dot to appear on the map while firing. This means by simply keeping an eye on the minimap, you can gain an idea about enemy positions. It can help you once again know enemy positions, avoid high traffic areas, and most importantly, gain more situational awareness. On the flip side, if you are confident of taking down the enemy, you can simply rush to the red dots and take them by surprise. Unfortunately, this next tip does cost a little bit of money. Invest in a decent headset. A lot of players think that Call of Duty is just about reflexes, which is half true. Without situational awareness, reflexes will not take you far. One of the best ways to become aware is to use the right headset because there are plenty of audio cues you can pick up. Obviously, there is footstep dampening in Modern Warfare 3, so the chances of you picking up footstep audio in Search and Destroy is pretty slim. I will say though, something I've been relying really heavily on are the reload haptics. Here lately, especially in the rank play game mode, enemies have been giving away their position reloading, and that is inevitable. You cannot silence your reloads. But something I noticed in quick play Search and Destroy, not everyone is using Covert Sneakers. Therefore, always be alert for footsteps. Anyone who is looking to gain an upper hand on enemies should invest in a decent headset. I'm not saying you have to spend a whole lot of money. There are plenty of $30 headsets that will get the job done. Some more expensive headset may cut out noise, further enhancing very small audio like those reload haptics I mentioned earlier. Thereby, the right headset can even give you an advantage over players with the standard headset. I personally use the Astro A40 headset, which I would say is kind of the community standard at this point. So it might be time for an upgrade. Next, always adapt. A lot of us usually stick to a preferred weapon loadout. The truth is, the same loadout won't be as effective in every situation. This is especially true for maps that offer close and long-range combat opportunities. Let's say on Afghan, you aren't getting many kills with the SMG, despite being your favorite gun. It's time to switch it up and see what you can do with an AR or maybe even a sniper. Adaptation is key. Combine that with the team role you have been allocated and you will become an even more effective player. My point is, don't be so rigid that you avoid experimentation even if you have your bread and butter gun. Next, improve your corner peeking game. This tip isn't just limited to Search and Destroy, but it works well in all modes. You are vulnerable to ambush when turning corners and heading into a new area. That's why you need to be careful around corners. Instead of leaping or sliding around the corner, peek around for some intel and then get back into cover. This gives you situational awareness by taking a limited risk. So with peeking, you are taking a significant less of a risk than full-on exposing yourself. If you are a bit novice on a map and unaware of sightlines or angles, stick to the fringes of the map until you gain cover from your teammates. Next, throw grenades strategically. What I mean here is try to nade the spot, not necessarily the enemy. Throwing a grenade at an enemy, especially uncooked, will give them a good bit of time to get out of that jam. Now with the Semtex grenade, this situation is very different because obviously when you stick the enemy with the Semtex, it is a guaranteed death for them. Now with frag grenades, nade where you think the enemies will be in the super near future. Let's say on terminal, if someone is on the main catwalk and you suspect they might make their way toward the bookstore, go ahead and cook the nade medium rare, and they will have a nice surprise waiting for them when they step foot in the bookstore. Just one small example here, but with practice, you'd be surprised how much damage you can do taking this approach with grenades. Next, take cover to reload. Unfortunately, just like Modern Warfare 2, when you start reloading, you are essentially a free kill for the enemies. So to avoid this, try to take cover while reloading. At least you won't be too exposed to sight lines. When you take cover for reloading, once you confirm that there are no audio sounds indicating that an enemy is nearby, then reload your weapon. Like I was saying earlier, this is something that players are really leaning on to figure out where enemies are. And obviously, after you reload strategically, you'll be ready to jump into the next couple of fights. Next, bunny hop. Once you're face to face with an enemy, the one with better accuracy usually wins. However, with lower accuracy, you can win the battle. Instead of being stationary or on the ground while firing, jump around. Sure, your accuracy might suffer somewhat, but you can use the assault gloves to kind of help with this. But to a degree, you are handicapping your opponent's accuracy while they are shooting. Among seasoned players, this tip is very common. Now for you campers, as much as you piss me off, I have something for you guys. The truth is, camping is only great until you get your first kill. Thereafter, the player can use the kill cam to spot you. That way, soon enough, your camping spot is discovered and you are now a sitting duck. A better approach is to change your location after every couple of kills. That way, even if someone watches the kill cam, they won't be able to give the exact intel of your last location. So essentially, for you campers, what I'm saying is camp less. Next, hold your irons. Movement mechanics are much faster and smoother in Modern Warfare 3, therefore your reaction time needs to be quick. One way to have a blazing fast reaction time is to always keep your sights up. Whether going through a building or turning around a corner, your gun should always be up so you can shoot instantly. Faster firing speed certainly helps you gain an advantage over your opponents. Next, avoid random squad members. Modern Warfare 3 is a team game. This feels like the most team-oriented Call of Duty we've had in a long time. Even with the best skills, you will be at a disadvantage if you don't have a squad. That being said, the communication and team play will suffer if you play with randoms. I understand not everybody has the ability to get all of their buddies on at the same time, but try to wait for a buddy or two. The best option is to have at least one or two friends in your squad. That way your odds of winning do go up just a little bit. And it is easier to make other players fall in line when you have 1 to 2 more squad members. And this one is obvious for some, but use Covert Sneakers. Yes, if you use the perk system right, you can wear the Covert Sneakers, which will dampen the sound of your footsteps. Once dampened, you are at an advantage since you will operate in stealth for the most part. Next, avoid sneaking up on players. Sneaking up on someone for a kill is kind of a beginner mistake. You should avoid this in Modern Warfare 3 Search and Destroy. As much as I love to get these assassination animations, a lot of the time, it's not the best move. Too many things can go wrong while you are in that assassination animation. If there are still enemy players alive, they can alert their teammates exactly where they are getting assassinated, inadvertently letting them know exactly where you are. A better option is to just shoot them the second you have a proper angle. And if you continue to try to sneak up on enemies, chances are they will become aware and start to turn around and shoot you before you get close to them. I will say, when someone is downright camping, you can go ahead and take the risk to assassinate them and also embarrass them. And maybe they'll think twice before hard scoping out that window for 2 minutes. Next, know when to crouch and go prone. Crouching and going prone is your friend in this game mode. If you got shot but didn't get killed, crouch or go prone. Health is low, crouch or go prone. Need to reload, crouch or go prone. And if you have structure nearby, crouch behind it. Crouching makes it difficult for the opponent to shoot you because you are using significant cover. Depending on where you are, you can get prone blocked and have a hard time defending yourself. So definitely be careful while going prone, but it's still highly recommended in Search and Destroy to play your life. Next, I mentioned Modern Warfare 3 being a very team-oriented game. So prioritize the team win. Search and Destroy isn't about getting the most kills and top fragging at the cost of the team. It's about the team win. Therefore, always stick to the team objective and play your team role. The only exception to the rule is if you have a random squad where everyone is playing as lone wolves, despite being a team. that is when you go for kills, since it's a losing cause anyway. If you know of any more things that can improve your game in Modern Warfare 3 Search and Destroy, drop them down in the comments. And if you dug the content, I'll drop 2 videos for you right here. In this video, we talk about how we can improve our KD in Modern Warfare 3. In this video here, it's about a few things you can consider before playing ranked play if you haven't already. If you made it to the end of the video, thank you for sticking around. All y'all take care, and I'm out.